Hugh Jackman is starring in a new epic film, Australia, which has been described as Australia's Gone with the Wind, a love story, a story of a love affair between a people and their country. And Hugh Jackman joins us live this morning. It's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you too.
Okay, I arrive in Australia. Where's the first place you take me? What is your favorite place in the entire country?
I always get off the plane and I go straight down to Bondi Beach, which most people have probably heard of, but it truly is a fantastic beach. I go straight down there and I jump in the ocean. It's such a bit...
What is it about Bondi?
Well, by the way, it's about 10 minutes from the centre of the city. It is one of the most beautiful beaches. You can walk around there, around the cliffs. The water is just so crystal clear. Fantastic surf if you're into surfing, and you know, quite often you'll see dolphins swimming there, and you just can't believe that you're in the middle of a city. You know, it's sort of like, imagine being in Times Square and 10 minutes later you're in, you know, the Caribbean. So it's kind of, that's what I love about Sydney.
Now, in the movie you say, and we were talking about the difference between Australia and America, in the movie you say at one point, the only thing you really own is your story. Make it a good one. Yeah. Is that the main connection between Americans and Australians, that we start, if we want, with a blank page, we can write it?
Well, it's a beautiful thing that my character says, and I think it's one of the strongest themes in the movie, and I'm sure that's what connects us. I mean, we're both young countries, really, in terms of white people being there. You know, the Aborigines have been there for 40,000 years, and their belief is that their stories actually becomes synonymous with the land, so it goes on forever. So really, the way you live your life has more meaning than what you think about life.
Because you are actually embedding the land with your story as you live it.
And I don't know what it is, but that land up there, when you go there, it's kind of majestic and mystical, and it somehow seduces you, and it somehow kind of mesmerizes you to the point where everything day to day that seems to matter, all the worries that we have, just float away.
Well, it's such a poetic idea, but I just want to go to something really cheap, if you don't mind.
Sure.
I would like to play Nicole Kidman, talking about what was still one of the historic moments on the set, apparently. Can you listen?
Okay.
He takes his shirt off, and I remember everyone on the crew going, even the men were like, oh my gosh, because he's impressive.
And what is it about him when
he's going to kill me?
So you take your shirt off.
Yeah. Yeah.
As we have seen in some of the promos here.
When do I start talking about when she takes it? No.
But going in, what did you
That's impressive too, let me tell you. But the movie's PG-13 and you won't say, whoa, I've gone red. Okay.
But what did you do to get ready to get in this kind of shape? Not that you're not now. I take it on faith that you are right now. But what did you do for that?
Just horse riding, can you believe it? No.
Well,
I did a lot of horse riding, and but it's a bit of an occupational hazard. I have to be a little bit in shape. I also played this character called Wolverine, which we were shooting straight afterwards. So,
but I read someplace that you had someone who had you up at 4 in the morning, which I thought was interesting, to eat something so you wouldn't be starved when you woke up, and then at 6 o'clock you start weight training.
Yeah, I love that you love the details. But yes, I always train before I work. And actually, even when I'm not working, first thing in the morning I train because it makes me feel good. So I'm in that habit. But yes, this guy who I was working with is what they call a natural bodybuilder. So, you know, he's in amazing shape. And he does it to have great energy. And he said, if you get up and eat at 4 and you have a little bit of food in your stomach before you train and then eat every 3 hours. And I tell you, it changed my life.
It really
I have
works?
more energy, yeah.
So I will be taking my shirt off in approximately 3 years if I do this, right?
Eddie's been on the program here, Eddie on the floor, and he's ready to take his shirt off.
Let's do it.
Come here, Eddie.
Get in shape here.
Now look at this. He started about on the weekend, didn't you? And then check this out. See, look. Oh, come on, Eddie.
Look at that. It's awesome. It's
Trust me, he was not that shy in the dressing room. Woo! It was all up.
You were talking about riding horses. Is this true that you fainted on a horse?
First day. Well, the first day we shot, I don't know, it was about 120 degrees. And where we were shooting, there was the real deal out there, the real cowboys. And so I was on the horse and I was wearing my jacket and a woolen kind of T-shirt. And I was waiting to shoot for about an hour and a half on the horse, and I felt a little woozy, and someone came up to me and said, "Oh, mate, you should probably take a break." I said, "No, I'll be fine." About a half hour later, he said, "Mate, take a break." And I said, "No, I'm fine." Then I could feel his hand in my back. I said, "Please, mate, I'll be fine." He says, "Trust me, you're at a 45-degree angle to the horse," and he was literally holding me like this. So I got off.
Did you tell them you knew how to ride? Or did you fake it in the beginning? Or
no, I knew how to ride. I wasn't even riding. I was just sitting on the horse. And it was about midday. And it was not the most manly start to the shoot, let me tell you. I had a long way to go with the locals. They were going, "Oh, here we go. Here comes the actor.
Yes, he's
been in Hollywood too long." All right.
He's going to do the Clark Gable in our Gone with the Wind. Right. Here, this guy listing off of his
But it became
horse.
a little bit of an initiation on the movie. If you didn't faint, then you weren't really part of it at some point.
Yeah.
That's my excuse anyway.
Yeah. So. Well, I know you're going to be back with us, and I want to talk to you about a lot. I think a lot of people out there don't know about you growing up. At one point, you were going to be a minister, right?
That's right. Yeah. My father is very religious, to this day, very religious. I was brought up in the church.
And in fact, at a Billy Graham evangelical movement.
Yeah, he was converted at a Billy Graham. I was going to say concert, but it's not a concert. At a rally. And he used to take me to these rallies, and I do very vividly remember at about age 13 watching somebody on stage doing a talk and thinking, having a very clear feeling that one day I was going to be up on that stage. And for about a year I thought I was maybe going to be a minister, and then as I got older I thought, I think I just want to be up at that stage, maybe not in that capacity, but in some other capacity. So.
It's a crusade, isn't it? A Billy Graham crusade.
Crusade, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about that, about life, marriage, love, and so much more tomorrow.
Yours as well?
No, we're just going to look at Ed's stomach again.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
The money shot, there it is.